T minus 40 seconds. T minus 30 seconds. T minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Welcome to the Play It By Ear podcast. The podcast where the topics may vary because, hey, we play it by ear. And now your hosts, Eric Fiskus, Brady Liming, and Todd Griffin.
Episode 98 of the Play By Ear podcast. Welcome.
98.
Getting there.
Getting there, almost there.
Near there.
Near there.
I was trying to think if there was a tactical term for like 100th episode of it. Like, you know, there's genre specific things, but the only thing I could come up with is a centipod, and that just sounds like a villain in a Godzilla movie.
Is that an actual word?
I have no idea. Probably not.
I want to look it up.
Yeah, look that up and report back. Chime in if you're here. If you'd like to chime in, like stay in the
Chime.
shadows. Chime. Maxwell's here. Welcome.
Maxwell.
And we got some other people in the room. See if they let us know who they are. But until that, it is 98 today. We have episode 100 live, Sunday, June 5th, 5 to 8 p.m. Sons of Toil Brewing on Klein Road in Mount Orab. If you go to our Facebook page, there is an event page for the 100th episode. If you have any thoughts of going, please at least put interested on the Facebook events. We can kind of get a gauge, an idea as to who might be there. But any information you may want about the episode, about the event, is there on our Facebook page. So, like I said, go to the event. Give us at least an interested. You might be curious, because we're curious.
Don't be coy with us.
All right. Well, Todd, you took a breath in like you were going to say something.
Nope, I was not. Just catching my breath. Just getting ready for the ride.
Miss Wilson.
Miss Wilson, wonderful production Sunday. I got to see Miss Wilson when I took my daughter and her bestie to see Sleeping Beauty at Eastern High School, and it was a lovely production. Well done, ma'am.
Pull her out of retirement, directing plays.
Yep.
All right, Allison's with us.
Allison.
All right, so if you've not been here before, once again, each of us come to the table with the topic. We talk 20-ish minutes on said topic, more on the ish generally than the 20. So Brady will start. Todd will be in the middle. I will have the final topic, which is our game of the night. We will play Misery Index.
The
Haven't done that in a while. So
Gain.
with that, Mr. Liming, you're on the clock.
So, sorry, a chuckle there. So we are going to be going back to something that it has been a while, and we are going to play a nice, fun, well thought out game of Would You Rather. And I need to let everyone know that these scenarios will be coming from the Would You Rather 300 Diabolically Deranged Dilemmas and the Would You Rather Pop Culture Edition. So are you ready?
I'm ready.
Ready.
Ready. And so I thought I would start us off with something intellectually stimulating. So here we go. Would you rather cough rectally or flatulate orally?
It's just a play on words.
A lot of questions about that.
Oh, yes. So does that mean, well, no, I'm just going to define it. If you would flatulate from what would be your rectum, but orally, or would you rather cough
Anal.
Rectally.
yes?
Rectally.
So, do you have to still call it a cough?
Or is it a cart? A foff. No, I don't know. I think you get to call it what it is.
So, if we're assuming that this is just natural at this point, we're just saying that this would be the new, then you wouldn't have a say in it. You would just do it. Or are you saying if I could make myself?
No,
somehow?
it's
once?
like you have to choice. No, like for not once, for the life,
Say just once,
twice.
thrice.
Uh,
Go ahead,
I,
Eric.
I believe I've been witness to oral flatulence before. So
I thought you weren't you the owner of said oral flatulence?
no,
No.
I was not the owner.
Oh,
All I know.
I partook in the eminence, but was not the owner.
And this happened at a high school basketball tournament game in a sizable gymnasium, and I would say half of the gym on that side was rendered null and void and passed out.
It was a sight to behold and a smell to remember.
and a smell to be smowed. So that wasn't fresh trout lunch, right?
No, that was a different thing.
I'm gonna go with the second one.
Would the frequency of these actions be the same? Because I feel like I cough more than I do the other.
Oh, I don't. Meaning you, Eric.
Oh, yeah.
Depends on what time of day it is.
Well, that's true. But
I just all I can think of is having somebody coming in with a case of the croup, and the coughing will sound like migrating Canadian geese that are constantly flying over.
Here's what I want to know: do you have to ball up your fist and hold it down there to cough into? Try doing that into your elbow and see if you can pull it off.
This is conjuring up so many images where they take their fist and place it behind them.
Yes.
there's a lot of variables in this thing here. Miss Wilson, cough would make you boot scooting, baby. Yes, indeed. I along with Todd would have to go with the second.
It just seems funnier, and it's about humor. It's about
That
what life's
is.
about.
I could go with that. All
Now,
right.
sneezing.
Oh.
One and the same. No, but I'm kidding. All right. Here, I can't get through this without laughing. Okay, here you go. Would you rather have your brain put on size and weight as you learn new things, or have everything you hear sound as if it was trailing off a cliff? Like,
Hell, I'm already that way.
here, puppy. Everything sounds like the Doppler effect.
What was the first choice again?
The first, as you learn new things, the more your brain puts on weight and girth and heft.
Well, wouldn't your fate have to as well?
Well, I'm thinking like a evil brain creature thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
That your face stays the same size, but your giant cranium expands, up.
Man, I don't know. I think I would rather the second one. I think I would rather everything I hear
Trailing
sound
off?
like it's trailing off. Yeah.
So would it be the end of every sentence that would trail off, or the end of every word?
It said every sound. So you're listening to your favorite music, and it's like, I'm all out of love. I'm so lost without you.
Or would it be and then you don't hear anything else?
Or would it be I'm all out?
We were just talking about that Led Zeppelin. Hey, hey, mom. That's all you hear.
Yeah. Now, if it could be that way forever. Now, if that's just the start of eventually losing it altogether, then that's a whole different symptom. That's a whole different story.
That is true.
But at some point, I mean, like, so how would you keep your brain and cranium? How would you keep it from just? Is there an end to it?
That's a good question. I think that's open to interpretation.
Or eventually, would it look like a cantaloupe on a toothpick?
Toothpick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it would be readily visible who the smartest people were.
Yeah.
And,
which
and
gets
vice versa.
Well, here's the thing. Here's a shower thought. If you are wanting to not learn things, so dumb yourself down to keep a small cranium. But here's the problem. The people that figured it out first would be smarter and therefore already have bigger heads.
So could you put yourself on a diet and lose brain weight?
Oh, like a knowledge diet?
Yeah.
So in other words, watch the I'm sorry.
Well,
A dumb show.
the good thing is you would know who not to get into a battle of the wits with. You see some guy walking up to you, some gal or guy walking up to you with a huge cranium,
Look at the head on that one.
hauling a gargantuan cranium about. You definitely aren't going to get into a trivia. You don't sit down at the Trivial Pursuit table with them.
You do not. I would have to say the first.
Yeah.
That whole trailing off thing would seem like be very annoying.
It would. I just wonder if you get used to it.
Probably would.
Yeah.
All right. Would you rather have the power of telekinesis, but only to alter plants, or be able to read minds, but you could only read the mind of someone named Deandra?
Like, who comes up with these things?
We should. You know what? I just thought of a new topic we could do someday. We could come up with our own.
Would you
That would be
rather?
fun. Our own would
That
you
would
rathers. I think on this one, there's probably a scientifically based reason for the first one being the best choice.
Yeah.
But I think the second one would be the most normal. Because if you never met anyone named, what was it?
Deandra.
Life would just pretty much be the same. So you really wouldn't even know that you had this power.
But wouldn't it be something? You're on the interstate going on vacation, and all of a sudden you just start reading somebody's thoughts because there happens to be a Deandra at the Waffle House off 75.
Well, let's put it this way. You would know their name.
That's true.
Well, that's only assuming you knew your power.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I know. I thought that was because it was so limited down. It wasn't like John or Wilhelm or anything, a common name. It's Deandra.
Yeah, that's
Is Wilhelm a common name?
Wilhelm.
Ask Klaus.
Klaus.
Sorry, a little props to George Carlin there, guys.
Hello, Savannah.
That was always what was so great about Carlin is just the names he came up with.
Yeah.
I love to Klaus.
Rebecca sends her love. All right. Okay. Here. Sorry, I'm laughing at this already. Would you rather have a car that honked like the General Lee on Dukes of Hazzard, or have a car with a GPS and the voice of Harry Carey?
Oh,
Holy cow!
Ooh. Well, I think that's definitely the second one.
The Harry Carey one.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Not,
why
not
could,
even
now
a
here's
consideration.
why couldn't they have apples to apples here? Why couldn't both of them be honks? So you had your choice between a honk that sounded like the General Lee or a honk that sounded like Harry Carey.
Look out, man.
So the Harry Carey honk would be holy cow.
Not to be confused with "smoke 'em if you got 'em, honey."
Marge.
I'm pretty sure it was the same person that did those voices of Bob and
Yeah,
Tom, but
I
Yeah.
believe so. Definitely Harry Carey. That's not even
Yeah.
a second thought.
Harold Carroll.
Oh, Karen.
Harrison Garrison. Oh man. Okay. I see the wheels turning, Todd. Okay. Would you rather have the only technology you could use would be that you had in 1982, or would you rather, or the only clothes that you could wear would have to be what you had in 1982? When I say you, I think they mean as in everyone.
Like, so the whole world would be wearing 1982 stylings. Is that what you're saying? Or just me?
And
Excuse me.
playing
when
Atari 2600s.
Yeah, no, I don't. Yes, I think what it means is everyone out there. Like, for instance, what the common technology was in 1982 and what the common fashion was in 1982.
All you had available to you.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't literally mean I would be wearing underoos and things like that.
I'm guessing
Is-
you weren't wearing underoos at 11. Maybe
That's
I-
true. I would have been old for underoos then.
I think you still would have fit into underoos. I don't think you were probably wearing them at that point.
They make adult underoos.
You were very thin, Brady.
You know it.
Oh, okay.
They make adult underoos. Pretty sure.
Yeah.
I don't think
I,
they did
uh,
back in 1982.
I would
Yeah.
I would go with the fashion probably. Because I mean
It would have been fun.
but see, I almost look at this differently because if it were a matter of everybody was, then there would be no, you know what I mean? You would know no difference. I think it's a more challenging question if it's only you can dress like
Oh, I think so.
1982 or have the technology of 1982.
Yeah.
But I digress.
All right.
All right.
Hit us with it.
Would you rather have Twizzlers for hair or Sharpie permanent markers for fingers?
Edward Sharpie hands.
Edward Sharpie hands.
Edward's Sharpie hand. Edward's Sharpie's hands.
That harkens back to another episode too.
I would say trying to get anything done other than inadvertently writing on things with Sharpie hands would be difficult.
Well,
I could get things done with Twizzler hair.
I got to play devil's advocate here and say if you had Sharpie hands, you would be world famous, and all you would need to do is sign your name, sign autographs, and you'd be perfectly equipped for that. Having Twizzlers for hair, on the other hand, I would constantly just be eating my hair and not get anything done.
You coughing up a hairball.
Yeah.
or a Twizzler ball, if it will. If
Yeah.
It were.
So could you get a Twizzler crew cut, or did it have to stay long? Could you have Twizzler stubble close to your scalp?
Twubble. You're asking for twubble, Brady.
Trouble.
Duly noted.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, we're talking actual Twizzler, right? Not that
Yes.
licorice.
Ew.
Yeah. I think I'd like to have the Twizzler hair. First off, your hair would always smell wonderful.
It would. So when you get older, would the Twizzlers turn into the kind that have the vanilla and strawberry on it? Have you seen those white red combos?
Yes. Yeah, those aren't real Twizzlers. They would turn in. So, like you said, when you got them cut, they would just be the fun size. I know that's a term that we
Despise around
despise. Yeah.
Gary brings up a valid point. Welcome, Gary, by the way. Sweaty Twizzler hair would not be fun.
But Gary, if you had Twizzler hair, would it sweat? Well, I guess you would sweat and get it. I see what you're
Sweat.
saying. But
Twet.
see, if you have Twizzler hair, would it act just like hair but only be Twizzlers, or would it act like
Be very-
Twizzlers,
Would it be very thin micro Twizzles?
like the ropes,
Yeah.
those things?
Like the ropes unfurled. Or
Yeah.
no, see, I'm just sticking to it. I think it's got to be an actual Twizzler.
Twizzler, yeah, one that you can bite both ends off of and have yourself a straw. If you need
Yes.
it.
Yes.
Straw.
Yeah.
Twizzler hair, I say.
Yes. Here,
As
here,
do I,
Twizzler hair.
As do I. Okay, that's a silly one, but a fun one. Okay. Would you rather be cooked and hardened into a shrinky dink, the old toy, or have your body surgically opened and filled with hundreds of wasps?
Oh, what the hell?
Some of these things are just incongruent.
Who would pick the wasp option?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Shrinky dink me. Don't think shrinky dink.
Shrinky dink, for lack of a better choice, I guess.
Shrinkage dinkage.
Shrinkle dinkle.
Shrinkali dinkali.
Shrinkwa dinkwa. Sorry, that's
Shrinkerson dinkerson.
Shall we continue, Eric? Shrinkski and Inkski.
I thought you meant continue with the would you rathers.
Oh, my bad. My bad. Would you rather have to wear Charlie Brown's shirt or a leg bandana like Chachi did in Happy Days?
Charlie's brown shirt or Charlie Brown's shirt?
Charlie Brown's shirt. The yellow one with the wide lapels and the zigzag.
I mean, I would say the leg bandana would be less obtrusive.
See, I think if I wore a Charlie Brown shirt, it'd be check that out. But if I wore a Chachi leg bandana, they would think I was a personal cleansing product.
I think I'm going to go with Charlie Brown shirt. I mean, I think I've seen them. I've seen you can buy that shirt pretty much out there.
Not enough people do.
Stephanie, welcome. She says Charlie Brown shirt all the
Stephanie.
way.
Yeah, I agree.
Gary, wear them together. Get your own style.
True.
That's another choice. I mean, neither is distasteful to me.
This game should be called This or That or This and That.
True. Continue.
Okay. I don't know. Some of these just randomly looked. I
Time out. Rule change right here and now. We can say this and that from here on out. Let's do it that way.
okay.
If the option presents itself, because I think Gary's right. I think you got to go with both on that last one.
Yes. Would you rather have a permanent got milk mustache or have small holes in your cheek that allows fluids to leak through like a strainer?
Wow.
And again, who comes up with this stuff? I don't.
Well, making spaghetti would be easier if you had the second
That's
one.
true. Very hot though.
But eating soup would be a bear.
All I can think of is like Tom and Jerry when Tom gets shot with a shotgun and he drinks water and he starts leaking like a like a
Yeah. But not to be gruesome, but it wouldn't be long. It would be just like your a shower head or something. Your cheek holes would get all crusted and have and they wouldn't strain properly. So you'd have to clean your cheek holes.
Cheekles.
What good would strainer cheeks do on a regular basis?
Not much. Unless you're really wanting to annoy the people beside of you.
Well, let's think of it this way: you wouldn't have to drain your can of tuna before you ate it.
You're insinuating I would eat a can of tuna.
You would just pop the can of tuna in your the whole contents of the can in your mouth and let the tuna juice
Oh,
gosh.
let gravity work.
Let it swim downstream,
that
man.
is absolutely disgusting.
I just kind of ran into something like that tonight. Ridge and Kay, they like salmon and seafood, so they asked me to make them some salmon, and I would rather have strainer cheeks than have to eat salmon, and I had to prepare it. It's hard to cook something that you don't like properly.
And good luck getting that smell out of your house for the next 2 months.
Yeah.
Got the Valencia Orange of Barcelona essential oils diffuser going right beside of it to knock some of that out.
My mom used to make salmon patties. Like,
Oh, I grew up eating salmon patties. I loved salmon patties.
didn't love.
I don't eat them
smell.
now though.
They stank.
I found a bone. I found a bone in a salmon patty one time, and I haven't had one since.
Ow.
I love crab cakes too, which I mean, I guess are in the same family as a salmon patty.
Actually, one's a crustacean. No, I'm kidding. I'm teasing.
The shape is they're in the same.
Yeah, I know.
They're pattied.
Oh man.
That is a fact, John Whitney. That is a fact.
You know what's strange though, Eric? I am a big I do not like. Like if somebody makes fish in the teacher break room or whatever, you can smell it for days. But I don't ever remember the house stinking when mom or dad, whoever made them, made salmon patties.
Oh man, my house did.
Really?
It's like I read Johnny's comment here. There's no other place on earth where you can get this type of entertainment. That is true.
Yes.
Thank you, Johnny. I think.
Coming from Johnny, that means a lot because he's one of the more entertaining guys you'll ever meet himself.
Well, he said this type of entertainment. He didn't say the entertainment.
That's
was good.
true. He didn't say quality. This quality of entertainment. I take it back.
Yeah.
John sucks.
Jason still loves salmon patties, and Gary says the bones are soft at least, but they're sharp.
Well,
All and sharp, right?
the bone I remember was like it was rubbery and tooth shaped. It was
Sharp.
like
It was sharp.
it wasn't like a normal fish bone. Like those are sharp. This was like a rubbery. It was tooth shaped. It was like It was round. It was I don't know, strange. That's the way I remember it anyway.
Bone.
I've never found a bone in a crab cake though.
I worry about swallowing stuff like that and then getting appendicitis. Like a thing would end up in your appendix and you'd end up.
I don't think that's possible.
It is possible.
We were always told that, but right before I had my appendix removed, I asked the guy.
Yeah, I don't think that's possible. Fish bones can't get in your appendix.
Well, I guess technically they could.
See,
It would be.
I would be more afraid of choking on the bone itself and getting it caught in my throat rather than it making its way all the way to my appendi.
well, there's another danger there. That's true.
Yeah, I am careful eating fish.
I'm mortally afraid of appendicitis. Always have been.
Do you know where you don't find bones in fish? Long John Silver's.
Did you do find barnacles?
Yes, exactly.
They fry the bones right out of them.
That sounds like a good tagline slogan. Long John Silver's. We fry the bone right out of them. Oh, man.
No bones, just barnacles.
Continue.
All right. Here, no, that's
Stephanie, because it's not fish.
Sure it is. I know that because they have chicken also, and when I get them, they're different.
Gary asked, "Do you know where you don't find fish in fish?" That Long John Silver's a remark too.
There's actually not much of a difference in the taste between Long John Silver's fish planks and chicken planks.
Same Earl. They're fried the
planches.
same Earl.
All right. I think I got time for one more. Let's see. Oh, would you rather have slinkies for arms or silly putty for skin?
Can you say the second one again?
Have silly putty for skin.
He emphasized that strangely. Did it? Was it just me, Eric, or did he say silly putty?
I probably did.
With a question mark? Silly
I
putty.
was hoping it was just the way you said it.
Silly putty?
I was going to make fun of you.
So if I had silly putty for skin, could I roll around on a piece of newspaper and get the newsprint all over my skin?
Tattooing.
You could do that. You could do that tonight, Eric. I mean, you don't need silly putty for skin.
But
No,
it would
but
be
on
kind
a
of
silly
cool.
putty, it comes out like it's not just smudged. It's like
Yeah.
The best thing is like you could really register hyperbolically accented facial expressions. Like if you were really angry at somebody, you could stretch your carp mouth. Like you could like
Well, Carp's good eating.
take them over
cut
here.
out that mud vein.
They don't serve no carp at Long John Silver's, do they?
Well, the McCarp, but
So Gary says to invoke the both rule, might as well have it all.
Well, and if you had
Slinky.
that skin over your, it would protect your slinky. So was it? Did you say your arms a slinky or your fingers a slinkies?
arms.
Oh, okay.
So then would the slinky arms have no skin on them? They would just be metal
Skinless.
slinky?
Just
or plastic. No more useless, worthless toy than a plastic slinky.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Gotta be metal all the way.
Well, I think we've talked about slinkies before, and how bad was slinky as a gift when you didn't have steps.
That's true.
But I'm still bothered by if I have slinky arms and regular hands. That's just
Yeah.
creepy. Or would you have would you have slinky hand? Would you have a slinky pinky? Would you have like? Would you just be all slinky from the arms out?
Yeah, like what if you had like you were walking your dog and they lurched real fast? Would you have overslunk arms? I mean, would it just like would you be permanently disfigured, or could they like
Slink, slink, slunk.
and have slunken?
So then your slinky arms would be dragging the ground. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. Yeah.
And once you did that, once you overstretched them, could you ever get them back to normal size, or would the slinky joeys be, slinked? Would it always just be worn out?
Guess
I
you
don't
could.
know.
It would have to be always worn. I guess you could draw them in, but then they would not slink anymore.
Yeah, because that was another thing too. When you stretched your slinky too far, and you had that with the one or two slinks in the middle that never would take shape again.
Yeah. Or the ones that were twirling this way instead of that way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it would all get.
Yeah. Piece of crap toy.
It's in the Toy Hall of Fame though.
Especially without steps. You speaking of having grown up in a house without steps. That's why Slinky would have been useless to you.
It was useless, yeah. Even just one step going from my deck to the next part of the deck, it's not very exciting.
From the point of view of the Slinky, what a very unfulfilling life. You know, it's even been marketed. It goes downstairs, blah 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 blah. So if it can't even fulfill its destiny, it'd be a sad slinky.
Yeah, they just sit on top of your dresser.
No.
Here's what everybody ends up doing if they're slinky. They sit on top of something and you make it a pencil holder. That's pretty much what a slinky became.
Yeah. Or it's stuck.
You put your cologne in the middle of it. You put your preferred stock or your cool water cologne in the middle of it.
Your high karate. Okay. I think this one's just a fun last one. This will be the final one of the evening. Would you rather be drunk dialed by Abraham Lincoln or Johnny Appleseed?
It's not even close.
I know. I mean, those tales would be riveting how he planted those seeds.
I wouldn't answer the phone if Johnny Appleseed were calling me.
Todd, I have some seeds. They're free.
Yeah, I got to go with the Abester.
Yeah.
You know Johnny Appleseed's from Urbana, Ohio. Did you?
I do know that. Yes. Yeah. Still not interested in talking to him.
I wouldn't drive to Urbana to see Johnny Appleseed.
To quote the great Chuck Griffin, I wouldn't walk across the street to see him.
If given that choice, Abe Lincoln, I guess.
Got to go with Abraham Lincoln.
Abraham.
Abraham, like one of the greatest movie lines ever. Okay. Oh man. I lost.
Are you doing another one?
You got another?
Ah,
this is a triple encore, Brady. Throw one more at us, man.
Nah,
You're like,
it's all right.
You tease?
Yeah,
You want me
right.
to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lay it on us.
Okay. Randomly going to this page. All right. Still haven't found a good one. Who would you rather have an airplane seat directly next to? Fat Albert or B.A. Baracus?
Oh, wow.
Again. Not even a second thought.
I don't know, man, because I think I can make an argument for this. Go ahead, Eric. I think I can make an argument on this one, though.
About B.A. Baracus, of course. Now, if you
Why?
said Hannibal Smith, I mean, all bets are off then. But
Yeah.
So, I mean, Fat Albert, in that there would be less comfort in the seat,
Okay.
or the entertainment value of the company.
Yeah, I think Fat Albert will be a more entertaining seat neighbor.
You think?
But have you thought of this, Eric? Because my original thought, I think, was the same as yours. But then how hard BA was to deal with. If he woke up mid-flight or he woke up before, then you're in trouble if you're close to him.
Yeah, Gary brings up a good point that I had not thought about. BA would be asleep anyway because he'd been drugged or hit on the head or...
Well, that's what I was thinking, but he also sometimes would wake up, right? He would come to.
True.
And when he did, he was not happy. So if you happen to be sitting beside him and he wakes up...
He had a very bad attitude if he woke up.
Yeah. So at that point, I mean, you'd be wishing Fat Albert were there.
True.
So I could say I could see both or either or neither.
Jason says BA all day. So, yeah, I never thought about BA being drugged, knocked out.
See, that's why I thought you were picking him, because he would be drugged and not be a bother to you.
Well, yeah, there is that, because I just despise flying, but and the least amount of bother is better. So maybe that would be the better way to go.
Would you rather sit on that seat in between the Invisible Man or Teen Wolf?
How would I know I was sitting beside the Invisible Man?
I think that but the Invisible Man was kind of psycho.
Yeah, but I mean, how would I know he was there?
It's true.
True.
Did
So
you
he
just-
wouldn't block your view.
Did you just assume his gender? He's invisible.
Invisible Man.
He's But also, are we talking Jason Bateman Teen Wolf, or are we talking Michael J. Fox Teen Wolf?
I'm going to come at you with as much of a Jason Bateman fan as I am Michael J. all the way.
And is he wolfed out?
Yes.
Is he fully wolved?
He
or is-
wolfing?
I think that matters.
Yes, these are all important considerations.
Yes.
Yes.
So, what
Well-
talent did Teen Wolf have other than playing basketball? I mean, did he do anything else well?
Well, he
guess he
boxed in the
was-
second one. Jason Bateman's Teen Wolf boxed. He was a boxer.
Gotcha.
Was there a part 3? Was there a Teen Wolf 3?
If there were, I'm sure it's straight up garbage. Any part 3 is straight up garbage.
Unless-
Starring Richard Grieco and
Unless Adrian Zmed was in it.
Well, that's not even part 3. It's part 2.
Yeah, that's true.
Zmed. Now,
Zmedster.
the only part 3 I can say that I like. Well, I can't say the only. I think Die Hard and How. Good part 3.
yeah.
Otherwise known as Die Hard with a Vengeance. Lethal Weapon 3. Not bad.
Yeah.
Not to the level of the first 2, but not bad. Other than that, I'm not sure I can think of any other part 3s that are worth.
Indiana Jones and the Lost Kingdom with Sean Connery. That was number 3.
Sean Connery.
Man, I know this could be another subject, another topic another night, but I did quickly find a top 10 list of best top 3s.
Ooh,
I'll just go quickly through them. Yeah. Mission Impossible,
haven't seen it.
Iron Man 3.
Haven't seen it.
I've never heard of the world. I've never heard of that movie. Star Wars: Return of the Jedi.
Haven't
That's a
seen
good
it.
one.
Jackass 3D.
Oh, yeah.
Die Hard with a Vengeance.
There you go.
Goldfinger.
Ooh, that is a good one.
Lord of the Rings: The Return of the King. Before Midnight. I never heard of that. And Toy Story 3.
Mhm.
What about the Dark Knight trilogy?
Yeah.
Which, I mean, obviously the third one wasn't as good as the second one. That's probably why. I mean, because the third one was the one. The second one was the one with the Joker, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anyway, that might be a topic we bring because there were other lists too. I found so that would be a fun thing to do, to have like the best sequels, the best third
Yeah.
in the series.
Treva says Lethal Weapon 3 was her favorite Lethal
Yeah.
Weapon movie.
I'm not a big Lethal Weapon fan, but I did like that one.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, Brady, did you exhaust that?
I exhausted. I mean, I have 2 books full, but we do want to get out of here before tomorrow morning.
For now. All right. Once again, a reminder, 100th episode live Sunday, June 5th, 5 to 8 p.m. Sons of Toil Brewing.
Sunday.
Be thou
Or
or
B.
be squaw.
Squaw.
Yeah, but again, we have a event created on our Facebook page. Please go to the event if you're interested. Please put interested. We want to kind of get a count of who might be there, and the tent does seat approximately 70 people. We would love to fill up the tent. That's kind of my personal goal. Let's fill the tent, and then we can go from there.
Hint, fill the tent.
Fill the tent. What's in the box?
All right, Todd. We have a tournament to finish, I believe.
We do, and I think we're finally going to finish it tonight. Let me moisten my palate. All right, we are finishing up the fast food tournament. There have been some surprises. There have been some upsets. A lot of tears have been shed, mostly by me. Right off the bat, we're going to go with Wendy's
Vednies.
versus Five Guys.
Wendy's.
For quality, I would have to say the guys.
Guys.
For breadth and girth of the menu, I'd have to say Vedney's.
Oh, I was afraid. Sorry, I'm tickled now. I thought you were going to say something else, and it scared me.
So which one are you going with, Eric? You got to pick. You got to decide which.
Vedney's.
Going with Vendy's. You think Wendy can take five
The
guys?
ginger lass or the five lads?
Oh,
So, Brady, you said Vedney's?
Wendy's.
Tom?
really?
The five gentlemen. It is some good burgers, but I do eat at Wendy's much more, and I could get a Frosty at Wendy's, and I could get chili at Wendy's. I could get my
This all right. I'll let you use that as the keeper of the tourney. Your go-to if I eat there more is not factored in. It is quality of is best food. I eat at Wendy's more too because there's one in town and there's not a Five Guys, but I think Five Guys food is much better than Wendy's.
I don't disagree with that.
And you're right. You can get more. The quantity is definitely there with Wendy's.
Yeah.
So let me see.
Quantity is a consideration, right?
It is, yeah, definitely. But what you eat most often isn't. Because
what
again,
if you eat it more often because you like it more?
well, then that's different. But if it's because of where you live, man, I am going to go Wendy's.
Vedney's. So we have 3 Vedney's. We have a singular Five Guys boat. Savannah.
Well, put it this way: if you tell me you have to get a burger and fries, I'm going Five Guys. All the burger and fries are better, but that's it. That's all they have.
That's a fact. That is a fact.
I mean, I know they
Well,
have
if you were-
more. I think they have hot dogs, don't they? They have hot dogs at Five Guys.
Yeah, I believe they do. If you were limited to the burger and fries, agreed. Five Guys is the way to go. But
Yeah.
All right. So Stephanie says Vedney's. Dennis, welcome. Says Wendy's. Jason Wendy's. Maxwell Wendy's. Howard just joining us. Welcome, Howard. Treva
Would that be
Wendy's.
5 howdy gents or?
Gary asked a question: should a drive-through be a requirement?
I don't think so.
I don't think it's the best drive-through restaurant tournament. It's fast food, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Which we have said the last 2 episodes that Five Guys is borderline not fast food quality. Like it's a bit above
Correct.
typical fast food quality.
Yeah.
So one can get speedy victuals without a drive-through.
Yeah.
And Miss Wilson, Vedney's consider their breakfast. There's another.
Oh, there's that. Good
Wendy's
point.
does have a good breakfast. Underrated, I believe.
Yeah. All right. So Wendy's all the way.
Vedney's.
Next up, we somehow Sonic is still in this tournament. Up against number 1 seed, Chick-fil-A.
So it's interesting that we make the argument against Five Guys that the menu is not breadthy enough. Yet Chick-fil-A's menu, is not extensive either. I mean, there's chicken. I mean, there are other things.
They do have a decent slaw.
You can get a fine slaw there. That is true.
Literally?
No, it's the bigger cut. No, it is the finer cut slaw.
Yes.
Now that I think about it. But incredible fries. If you like that shape.
So I think the consideration comes down to Sonic Blast, Shake, or Ice Dream.
Ooh, I do like me some iced dream.
As long as you keep that snake spit milkshake out of the picture. The
Nuts.
foam. It's foam. It is. It is. Oh. I'm going to tell you what they make it out of. You know how when you're going in the woods and you see you see a certain kind of plant and it has what looks like spit dangling off the end of the plant? I don't know what that is. We always called it snake spit. I know it's not real snake spit. That is what Sonic uses in their milkshakes. They have somebody that hangs out in the forest all day.
Is it made from a different species of snake that makes meringue?
It is meringue. It is warmed up. I think they put their shakes in the microwave there. No, but seriously, somebody's job is to stay in the woods all day and just collect that stuff. Bring it back, and then they just mix it in with the other ingredients.
and shakeify it.
Yeah. But I don't think we have much of a chance of getting Sonic as a sponsor, guys. Sorry, that's all me.
No. Wow, this is difficult. It's difficult.
Chick-fil-A easily for me.
It's easy, yeah.
Yeah.
This is the easiest one in the game.
And it's not a slam against Sonic. It's just that I hold Chick-fil-A in higher regard.
If I want a hot dog, I'd probably go to Sonic.
You'd have to.
Or I just get me a roller dog off some gas station. Some lowly gas station.
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A.
So we have 2 Sonic votes, Savannah and Treva. And Jason and Stephanie and Dennis all say Chick-fil-A.
The chick is running the table.
Yep.
All right. So let it be written.
So
let
let
it
it
be-
be said.
Next up, we have another chicken powerhouse.
By the way, Maxwell and Howard with Chick-fil-A votes late there.
That's almost like an oxymoron, a chicken powerhouse.
So is it a powerhouse for the chickens to have like appliances, or is it a
No, you're missing the boat here. It's not shouldn't chicken be a power coop?
well done?
All right, so KFC.
Yep.
Somehow, you know what I should have been doing? I should have been telling you the pathway it got. I'm going to go back real quick and do that. So Wendy's beat McDonald's, or no, sorry, Wendy's beat White Castle, Burger King, who somehow upset McDonald's. Five Guys had beaten Whataburger and In-N-Out. Sonic beat A&W and then Hardee's. Chick-fil-A beat Raising Cane's, a tough matchup,
that
a
one
tough
hurt
first
me.
round matchup. And then it beat Long John's.
That hurt me.
Yeah. And then so KFC beat the crap out of Popeyes. And then it beat Firehouse Subs, who had beaten Jimmy John's. So KFC, the Firehouse Subs was a pretty impressive victory. So we have KFC versus Skyline. Skyline got there by way of beating Gold Star and then Subway.
So Todd, I will say that I have never encountered an adult that loves McDonald's as much as you do.
I don't love it. I just like it better than Burger King. I think it's far superior to the Burger King. I would have picked Wendy's over McDonald's had it gotten there. But no, Skyline versus KFC.
Flimsy fried hamburger patties
What is?
over Burger King.
Yeah. Burger King doesn't. Burger King tastes. I don't know. Again, it's all about the. If you like if you like charbroiled, you like it. If you don't, you don't.
I do.
I've said, the chicken sandwiches and things at Burger King I like a lot. I like those better than McDonald's chicken sandwiches.
I know we're trotting over previously.
Yeah, but I don't think
Yep,
I don't think a quarter pounder is a flimsy thin burger patty. I think its heft is comparable to a Wendy's. Although I prefer the square. I prefer the square patty of a Wendy's.
Squaw.
All right, so KFC Skyline, fellas.
Skyline. Skyline. I had KFC this past weekend, and I was less than moved. And it just maybe the mood I was in, just as like meh. So, but Skyline never fails.
Skyline by Scotch. Because I do like me a place where I can get me some macaronis and cheese.
That's true. And a slaw. They got a. That is the one food area that you'll see Fiscus and I agree to more often than not is the slaw.
Yes.
I would like to go back, though, to your comment about you don't know any other adults that like McDonald's as much as me. Let me point out that McDonald's $38.5 billion sales in sales. I don't think I'm the only adult that likes McDonald's. Next in line is Starbucks with a measly $19.7 billion.
And 28 billion of those are children under 12.
Subway third, $10.4 billion. That's not even a third of McDonald's, or right at a third. And then four, Taco Bell. Chick-fil-A comes in at number 5, though.
Adults do not eat McDonald's out of choice. They eat McDonald's out of necessity because the kid wants a Happy Meal.
These are facts. Hey, went to Taco Bell, took Reagan to Taco Bell, and they were out of cheese. They were out of nacho cheese. They were out of chicken. They had nothing left.
Why even open the doors?
Well, exactly. Yep.
All right. So we have 3 Skyline votes here. Is that what we have?
No, I'm going KFC.
Okay.
I wanted Gold Star to beat Skyline anyway.
That's terrible. Terrible. All right. So Gary Skyline, Savannah Skyline, Stephanie KFC, Dennis Skyline, Treva KFC, Jason Skyline. Miss Wilson KFC Skyline has acid sauce.
Like, did it make you hallucinate? Or was it like...
Or did it reflux after you ate it?
Yeah.
Dennis brings up another valid point for the coaches in the room. The bus driver wants to go to McDonald's because the bus driver gets the meal free, and it used to be the bus driver and the coach. Then they discontinued the coach meal, and I no longer wanted to go to McDonald's. I will go to McDonald's for a free meal. Nary another reason. I do like their ice cream though, but the ice cream machine's only operational 2 hours out of every month.
I was getting ready to say they have a fine hot fudge sundae and a fine milk shake. And I was able to get a milkshake for my son and I were able to get one yesterday at the McDonald's in Mount Orab. We were pleasantly surprised that the ice cream machine was working. So
let's hit the right 2 hours.
When all the wheels are turning, McDonald's is hard to beat. Far superior fries to Burger King. Far superior. Get me going off here.
At me. We know fries.
What McDonald's does, they do it better than all the rest of them. They just, again, they don't have the menu that like a Wendy's or a Burger King has as far as your variety.
Let's see. What is saltier? The Dead Sea or a box of McDonald's fries?
Yeah, but McDonald's fries wins the test every year. Wins like the best fries ever. They are very good. Miss Wilson, I'm trying to read the comments. She has an issue with the Skyline sauce.
Yes.
She said it's like acid.
Acid sauce. She's a Gold Star fan.
Thank you, Miss Wilson. A couple weeks back when we had Skyline versus Gold Star, I was pretty much alone in my Gold Star pick. Now, I will say this about Skyline. They have the cheesecakes. They have the Cheesecake Factory cheesecakes. And here recently they had the red velvet cheesecake. That's worth the price of admission right there. So what won here?
Oh.
Skyline, I believe.
Skyline.
Really?
Yep.
I'm looking at 3 KFCs. Just for me, count them again, please. I didn't get to see them.
He's demanding a recount.
Skyline, 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 Skyline. 2 other skylines on screen here. You, Brady, and me.
No, I was KFC, so I see 4 KFCs. Okay, I got it. Just making sure. All right, the last matchup in this round. Pizza the Hut versus Arb. Now, can we make a little, can we say Pizza the Hut of the 80s and 90s?
Is Pizza the Hut different? Maybe the ambiance of sitting in the hut is different.
Well, the ambiance has changed and the quality's not as consistent.
You think so?
Yeah, oh yeah.
It's been a while. I mean, been a while. I believe Arbs to be good food. I believe Arbs to be overpriced. I believe Arbs to be haughty-taughty when they don't deserve
How
to be
about
haughty-taughty.
Hoity-toity.
Hoity-toity. And you know my disdain for giving me curly fries and then acting like regular fries are a great thing. Like you invented something by offering crinkle cut fries.
I was thinking about this the other day because I was listening to. I share with these guys often that my wife listens to our pod. If she doesn't catch it live, she listens to it in the morning when she's getting ready for work, and so that's when I re-listen to them. And I was going to ask you about this. How would have, if you were in charge, if Arby's would have said, Eric Fiskus, we want you in charge of the release of us going after all these years, however many years of curly fry, we're going to release a straight fry. You're in charge of marketing. You're in charge of marketing and promotion and advertise. How would have you done it? What would have your campaign looked like?
First of all, I would not charge extra for the regular fry.
Are they extra?
They are extra. They cost more. A
didn't know
crinkle
that.
cut fry costs more than a curly fry at the Arb. What is up with that?
Well, they got to straighten them out. They got to hire 2 people in the end of each fry to tug them out until they're straight.
They got to tug them out, then they got to come back together. Maybe.
Accordion fry.
So you're saying a straight fry is more expensive than the curly fries there? Or did I get it backwards?
No, you got it backwards. Yeah, well, a straight, it's not a straight, it's a crinkle cut fry, but
It's straight.
it's straighter than a curly fry, I guess. But
Yeah. It doesn't take much to be straighter than a curly fry.
no, this is true. I wouldn't have even gone with the crinkle cut fry. I would have gone with, here's your spicy curly fry, and here is your regular curly fry.
Ooh.
A straight handle pointy fry.
Yeah. Or you could do this, Eric. I like that idea. Or you could go, here's your seasoned curly fry, and here's your seasoned straight fry.
No, that too.
That's
too.
getting crazy.
That is getting crazy. It's crazy talk.
That's crazy talk. But Brady, that begs the question: on a curly fry, where's the hell is the handle? Easy for me to say. Where in the hell are the handles? That's what I was trying to say.
You know what?
Because if you take it,
I think I only
if you grab it in the
do that-
middle,
I think I only do the handle on curly fries if it's pointy on the end. If it's rounded and not like a javelin,
yeah,
I might pop the whole thing in.
yeah.
But if it's got a pointy handle, I'm gonna gnaw that sucker off.
All right, so we're getting back to the handle discussion here. Brady, is the handle about sanitation or safety?
It's the handle.
No, you didn't answer the question.
Or is it mental illness?
Yes, mental illness.
Well,
Just joshing you, Brady.
I know.
Really. Not really, really.
No, I'm being quite serious when it was not like germophobia. It had nothing to do with it. I promise. I think it did originate with French fries and sharp edges.
Did you get poked in the mouth by a fry at some point?
Oh, like I was harpooned at sea. Like the thing just went right up there, and it was like awful.
Did it draw blood?
Yes, it did.
But
My
then
palate
okay,
was impaled.
I will buy that story, and I think it's a good origin story. But
And then from that day forward,
was gonna
he
say-
became Handle Man.
but where did a hot dog end ever poke you in the mouth, or a
Those just
hamburger
look like Buttles.
a hamburger smile?
Now wait a minute. Both ends look like Buttles.
Not really, because I don't see the buttle because it's covered in bun.
That's true. Well, plus you don't see the opposite end of the hot. Think about that. You've never seen the other end of your hot dog. There's a brain teaser for you. Do you turn it? I mean, do you look at both ends of it?
But I'm
Behold!
looking at the, no, wait, but he's looking at the
Behold!
one end, he's eating, and he eats that end.
Ma-
He doesn't eat the other end that he doesn't see and calls it the buttle.
That's true, but here's the thing:
They're
eats the
both
one
Buttles.
he eats the one that he sees looks like a buttle, but maybe the other one is just smooth and cut off like a. You know what I mean? Maybe it's not a
I
buttle.
noticed that because when I picked it up, the aerodynamics wouldn't be right.
Yeah, but what Eric's saying is you look right at the buttle
And you eat it.
and you eat that end.
No, I'm not
But
looking at it.
the other end, you don't know what it looks like, and you don't eat it.
On the vantage point of horizon, when it's coming toward my mouth, I'm really not seeing the end. I'm seeing the middle pass.
Well, how do you know where to bite if you don't look at it?
Why?
You
It's
missed the
become
hot-
like a projectile.
I can see Brady like
Pardon
missing
me?
the hot dog because he won't look at it in the eye.
Oh my!
I have my brain is blown though. We never look at the other end of our hot dogs.
Should you need to?
No, but you always when you're eating a hot dog, you have two choices. You either eat it all before and just never set it back down once you pick it up. Or you set it down multiple times, but every time you set it facing the same direction. So you never see the opposite end of the hot dog.
It's like
I
the
should-
dark side of the moon,
Yeah.
man.
Eric's shooting
Yeah.
a 12 gauger. What kind of hot dog are you eating?
It's a foot long
It's
from Sonic.
yeah. But again, I digress. Brady, I understand the sharp thing, and that sucks when that happens. But how did that turn to other food? How did that turn to burgers?
Well, no, legit. I think the hamburger handles. You know how, like, particularly because I always ate at Frisch's a lot when I was a kid because my mom really loved Frisch's.
Yeah.
And you know how they have a crumbly bun? By the time what you've been holding and you've been eating it, it just evaporated like dust.
Yeah, but there's still a smiley face of meat you're throwing away too, though.
I honestly, it's probably because that was the part I was holding on to. It got cold,
So
and
it's
maybe as I
so now it's heat.
It should be the warmest part that you're eating because it's in your hands.
It's temperature.
it, might-
not
it originated
sanitation.
somewhere. We've never
Not
examined
safety.
this.
We've got to get it. We have to have an entire episode about this because I would argue that the part you're holding in your hands is warmer temperature than the part that's just that the air's getting to in between bites. I saw that John, you throw your handles away. I don't know that I've noticed that.
Yeah, I meant to put that up.
I should probably pay more
John.
attention when I'm eating with you.
Surely there aren't two people in the world.
I turning the Mr. Miyagi there.
Gary said sanitation is safety. That's true.
True.
Welcome, Becky. I'm sorry that there are children defecating everywhere in your world.
Hang on a minute. I
Stress in the Barker
just
house.
got lost with children poop. So you're saying you're lost, and where you are, there are children pooping everywhere,
Are they your children?
or are they your children?
think they're her children. That would be my
Well, I hope
assumption.
they're her own children because that'd be a really bad wrong time, wrong place moment.
All right.
So Gary says a cigar cutter would be handy for hot dogs.
I'm surprised Brady doesn't have a cigar cutter that he keeps when he eats hot dogs. Hat gags.
Like a little guillotine for hot dog.
Howard, good point. Just eat a corn dog.
Howard, we have to have T-shirts now that say "just eat a corn dog" across
Just
the
eat a
chest.
corn dog.
That would be awesome.
No buttles.
Well, there's still one buttle. There's still one buttle.
It's just covered up with corn so you
Yeah.
don't see it.
There's actually two buttles. The other one just has a stick up it.
The other one got impaled. Becky says,
Gentlemen,
unfortunately, her.
If I were to encapsulate what we do here, the last 10 minutes is truly what Play It By Ear is all about.
Well,
That's the essence of us and how this all began, and that is a perfect example.
I think I shared this one other time. A fellow Cincinnati musician chimed in one time. He watched us for a while. Brad Berger, very talented guy. Check out his band, by the way, Abe's Lincoln on Facebook. And he said, I chimed into your show, or I watched your show, and he said the first 20 minutes were you guys discussing coleslaw for 20 minutes straight. And I'm like, that sums it up. That's it. That's pretty much us.
And that's a short coleslaw discussion.
Exactly, yeah. You either like that or you don't.
Like coleslaw.
Gary said if you were to encapsulate what you do there, you'd have a corn dog. Probably.
All right, so the Pizza the Hut versus Arb.
All right, let me get back up here to the votes because we went off on a tangent.
We're way off the trail.
All right,
We're off-roading.
Savannah says Arbs. Gary says Arbs. Dennis says Pizza the Hut and likes my description of the Arb.
And keep in mind, we're talking 1980s through mid-1990s Pizza the Hut.
Right. Miss Wilson says Arbs. That's not her type of pizza at the Hut. Any other votes? What did we vote?
I'm voting Pizza the Hut.
Pizza the Hut, yes. Me too. Brady?
My heart and my childhood and my years of my youth, Pizza the Hut.
Pizza the Hut. Oh, we have a Howard.
Howard with Pizza
And I
the
like me
Hut.
some arbs.
It's going to be, that's tight. It's tight.
Hey,
Tweet.
so there's 4 Pizza the Huts, counting us.
There was another one up there, I thought.
Yeah.
Dennis,
Dennis,
5.
5. And Arbs, we have 1, 2, 3. 3.
Did Gary or Becky vote?
Okay, Gary or Becky?
Or John, if you're still listening, John vote.
Well,
Max Feld the Hut.
Maxwell
Maxwell
says
says the Hut.
Das ist gut.
I think that would probably do it. Yeah, did John? Well, I don't know. John, Becky, and Gary all voted for. Well, there we
cigar
go.
cutter.
Pizza the Hut. Pizza the
Yeah,
Hut wins.
that's the
Oh,
kill
yeah.
shot right there.
Yep.
Yep.
Thank you, Becky.
I was going to say for John, I've eaten a mini Pizza Huts with him, but never an Arby's. So,
That could be an unspoken vote.
yes. All right. We are down to our final 4.
All right.
Gary says he already voted Arby's.
Oh, okay. Must miss that. Sorry.
All right. Wendy's
Vidney's.
Viennese.
versus Chick-fil-A.
I know.
So it comes down to: do you like a burger or not? Do you like you some slaw or not?
I like the way you put it. So, like, you either like a burger or you don't.
Well,
Like, if I eat at Chick-fil-A, that means I don't like burgers.
well, I mean, in this
I respect
matchup, that's kind of, I'm just going with the differences here.
Yeah. I think it's if you prefer Chick-fil-A's chicken over Wendy's burger. Wendy's has good chicken sandwiches too, though.
They do.
Treva has already shared her appreciation of the hot honey chicken, whatever it's called at Wendy's.
Yes. Nashville honey hot. No, I can't remember which.
They have a
else again,
newer
Treva?
one. They have a newer one that has like fried jalapenos. And it's the hot honey chicken, and I don't like jalapenos, but it's a good sandwich.
Jalapenos.
Okay. Nothing in Nashville is known for being hot. Nashville hot what? Are we just picking random cities, and because not many people's been there, we assume that everything's hot
Well,
there?
see, I disagree. The hottest chicken I've ever had was in Nashville.
Alamany hot chicken. Dover hot chicken.
But I'm saying, but I know,
Yeah.
but the hottest chicken I've ever had was in Nashville. So that's why when I see Nashville hot chicken, I think it makes sense.
Yeah.
Our friend Darren got some hot chicken in Nashville one night, and I just touched my tongue to it, and my night was ruined. No enjoyment in eating something that hot.
Ruined. Yeah, hot for the merely being hot. I don't care for that.
If you're eating something hot so you can claim that you just ate something hot, if it's a competition, I get it. You wanna beat the competition. You want to be the tough guy.
But you don't
Right.
like it.
But there's nothing that tastes. There's no way anybody that eats that if you go to a wing place and you get the hottest wing on the menu, like you can't tell me you taste anything after the first bite. If you do, you're a liar.
Agreed.
He has called you a liar.
I am calling you out. Either you can't taste anything the rest of the night.
Your taste buds have been paralyzed.
Yes,
been singed right off the.
it looks like Wendy's is just running away with it.
Yeah.
It is. I would say Chick-fil-A.
I was going to go Chick-fil-A too.
I go Chick-fil-A too.
You just
So
can't beat
the
it.
audience has overturned us.
Put it this way: a Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich to me is better than a Wendy's burger.
Mm-hmm.
Facts. All facts.
Yeah.
Treva Wendy's, Savannah Wendy's, Dennis Wendy's. He raises beef cattle. Good for his business. Miss Wilson Wendy's, Howard Wendy's, Joey.
Joey.
So does the Rip Dave Thomas, is that a Wendy's vote? Or just a condolences to Mr. Thomas? Also says Nashville has some sweaty people from what he hears. There's a lone Chick-fil-A vote.
Yeah, Becky. Yeah, Becky.
I believe Vedney's gets it, though.
I am just stunned.
I
by
am
this.
shook. I am shooken. Shooken to the core.
But not stirred.
This tournament has not gone the way I wanted it to go. All right, next up, our final four matchup. Skyline versus Pizza the Hut.
Skyline.
Oh, that took nary a minute.
Nary a minute.
1980s through mid-90s Pizza Hut.
Skyline.
All right. If I had to choose, if one has to be eliminated, literally, I am going to go Pizza Hut because it would be my favorite pizza over all the other pizza joints. But if I lost Skyline, I would still have Gold Star.
Or Empress. Or
Yeah.
Camp Washington Chili. Or
Come on. Now that's like saying if you lost McDonald's, you'd have Burger King. I mean, it's not,
apparently not. Burger King won.
or vice versa. I mean, it's,
I shared the first episode of this tournament. I think Empress Chili is better than Gold Star or Skyline.
you did make that.
But there's only one. There's only one true Empress around. I think it's in Lawrenceburg.
Lawrenceburg.
I'm going Pizza the Hut. Because Pizza the Hut, when it's at the top of its game, is something special. Gets me right in the feels. Skyline,
Is this nostalgia or good food?
just good food, nostalgia, everything wrapped up into one. Skyline on its best day, just barely skates by Gold Star.
Don't say it. Don't.
It
say
skates by Gold Star.
That's ridiculous. You only say that because you live in Hillsboro and there is no Skyline.
No, I've lived in Hillsboro 4 out of my 44 or 5 years. I grew up eating probably both about the same.
Gold
No,
Star
actually,
lost
we
its
all
way.
grew up eating. We actually all grew up eating Gold Star more than
We-
Skyline.
Before we had the Great Awakening, we all ate Gold Star in Georgetown.
Yeah. See, Becky says Gold Star.
Or the one in Claremont, the one behind the YMCA,
Yeah.
Yes. Which is now the food truck place.
which is funny because what's funny is that we called the Gold Star in Georgetown the chili dump, but we called the Gold Star behind the Y Gold Star,
Correct.
and it was a term of affection. You're going to the chili dump,
Chili dump is what happened after you ate your meat.
Where was the chili dump?
Georgetown,
Well, remember, what was the other Gold Star you were talking about?
the one behind the Claremont YMCA in Williamsburg, Batavia area.
Do you remember the one where the Clear Mountain Food Park is now? Do you remember the Gold Star there at Ripley? Right when you turn left.
Oh yeah,
off of,
yeah, absolutely.
yeah. See, I really think that when we were younger, it was never a battle between Gold Star and Skyline. I think
It
politics
wasn't.
got involved, and you know, at the risk of ruffling a few feathers, I'm sure, which I've been known to do, I think everybody likes Chick-fil-A. Just some people have been told not to, so therefore they don't like it. I think the same thing with Skyline and Gold Star. I think people like them both just fine before politics got involved, and you were told you had to pick.
And I was told nothing of the sort.
Then how come back in the day you didn't have any problem eating a Gold Star?
I had not achieved the Great Awakening yet. That was the only choice. The Gold Star in Georgetown that had the same poor woman working there 12 hours a day because I thought she owned the place. It turns out she didn't. She was just a waitress. 12 hours a day she worked every single day no matter when I went there, she was there.
Do you remember it? You're right. Do you remember? And honestly, I don't remember anybody cooking in the back. I think she took your order, went back and made it. She
did.
seated you,
Yes.
took your order, went back and made it, delivered it to you. But also, do you remember the tables there where you could take your thumbnail and scrape off like
Film.
film because it was porous? Do you remember?
There's a membrane on the table.
Oh
Yes.
man.
I'm telling you, this economy would not be in a bad way if you had people like her working in the places that was
Oh,
short
yeah.
of help. She
And-
could run the whole thing.
And consumers like us that didn't mind a little table film we were eating.
Right.
You didn't care. You scraped it off and wiped your hand off on your pants and you kept going.
Right?
Right.
Yeah. However, Gold Star is an inferior product. And that was before they got lost. Gold Star got lost and tried to branch out into all these other things. Why do I get a burger at Gold Star?
But they do it well though. They're good.
I know that grilled chicken sandwiches are not good. I mean, they're passable, but they're not.
The burgers are good and the clubs are good. The club sandwiches.
I'm gonna. There's a club sandwich at Gold Star.
Yeah.
See the face Brady's making. That encapsulates this whole argument. Why?
Okay, well, time out here, fellas.
You can't.
So, but
do
you
that.
have no problem with a baked potato at Skyline. That's not a chili product. I mean, you put chili on it. Or get this, Sia gets something at Skyline now that's pasta spaghetti. It's like green noodles. It's
Pasta
not
is-
spaghetti.
It's St. Patrick's Day spaghetti.
I think it's like some sort of healthy pasta.
Spinach pasta.
Probably something like that. All right, what do we got? We got to get on some comments here.
Yes, we do. Let's see. Gary says Skyline. Becky says Skyline.
Becky let me down for the first time. Becky and I did not agree.
Joey. Chick-fil-A is horrible with the way they try to kiss the person in the drive-thru's ass. Like, don't say my pleasure. Just give me the damn chicken.
Now, see, Joey, I have to disagree, man. I think that Chick-fil-A has the best fast food line ever.
Oh,
They should school every other fast food restaurant on how to get you through there and get you out of there quickly.
I'll say they
With a
should-
smile and see, Joey, that we're close to the southerndom down here. We might,
Yeah.
might just be a little bit of a
Now, I tell you what I don't like. And Chick-fil-A did this too. They have a person standing out there with an iPad 1,000 feet before I get to the menu. Now, I know that they think you just should know what you want. But I want to peruse the menu sometime.
Get on your phone.
Yeah, it's what you have to do anymore.
Yeah.
It's like growing up going on vacation with my dad. You had to know 7 exits away what you were going to order when you got to the restaurant.
It's about time. You got to keep time. Can't do this.
He wasn't going to
stopping
sit there.
and-
He wasn't going to sit there in uncomfortable silence while you decided what you wanted after the person said, "Can I help you?"
You grew up and you understand the situation. You're costing him time to his destination. He's got a schedule to keep.
That's true.
And all this indecisiveness in the drive-through, no, can't happen. We're stopping, like you said, we're stopping 15 miles from now. You better know what you want when I pull in there.
This is a well-oiled machine.
That's right. And you
That's right.
don't even ask for extra napkins or anything like that. Extra ketchup.
It'll put us 0.6 seconds over the departure time, and we're getting out of here by then.
All right, so now I'm confused. I'm confused here in the comments. What is our matchup here? Skyline and what?
Pizza the Hut.
Okay, that's all.
And Pizza the Hut hasn't gotten one vote, has it?
Treva and Howard say Pizza the Hut.
Thank you.
Johnny
Johnny
says
says
Skyline. Savannah Skyline. Miss Wilson Pizza the Hut. Maxwell Pizza the Hut. Dennis says Skyline unless the Hut has a buffet.
Oh,
There's-
good
there's a
point,
caveat-
Dennis.
There's a caveat.
Yeah, the Hut buffet is pretty impressive. But I've been to those where there's it's like 2 booths or whatever worth of buffet, like 2 tables of buffet, and some there's only 1.
Right.
Then you got to deal with some jackass getting 19 cheese breadsticks, sitting there waiting right from the bring out the pan of the pan pizza with pepperoni on it. And as soon as it comes, they get 3/4 of the pizza on one plate.
Well,
Sit
like a
your ass down and
linebacker
get one,
stripping a
get 2
running
at,
back in the ball.
get 2 at the most, and go eat them and let somebody else get 2. Should be a limit.
Gary says he recalls the name Chili Dump, but not the affection. And Joey says Chick-fil-A is expensive. Bro.
Yeah, it's not cheap. It's not cheap.
Howard
pay
at
for-
Gold
You
Star
pay for
all
that
the way.
speedy drive-through.
Says the Gold Star in Ripley was also called the Chili Dump by some. And Joey wants to know if you're drinking an Ecto Cooler, Brady.
No, just a straight up slamming fruit punch.
Box. Freaking
Gosh.
juice box.
Yeah, that
Excuse
should be
me.
done in one
Slashing
slurp.
fruit
You,
punch.
you should drink 17 of those things during an episode, not just one.
We're going 2.
Okay, that's better. Get him a nipple. Get him a nipple.
Gary says, Todd, are you saying there's no right or wrong, no truth? What do you think?
Exactly what I'm saying.
He repeats Skyline. Now, Howard says the owner of the Gold Star was Harry Martin in Georgetown, son of the Honorable Joe Martin.
Interesting.
R.I.P.
Howard always good for the
Trivia.
trivia, yeah.
John says Gold Star is good breakfast.
I think he's joshing us. I think they have breakfast.
Chick-fil-A, don't have time to talk. Miss Wilson says she agrees with you, Todd. Had the club and the burger at Gold Star, good stuff. Actually, like the Greek salad at Skyline, but not the acid sauce.
That must be what Sia gets. A Greek salad, they must call it, or something. I don't know.
Becky says, fun facts. CFO of Chick-fil-A actually organized the COVID testing units because of backups. Well, they can run a drive-through, whether
right.
it be COVID testing or whatnot. She says also Hut Buffet, but Skyline overall. Joey, Cece's Pizza.
Yeah, we still have a Cece's, don't we, in Eastgate? They moved it. They
Right
closed.
beside the band Thai.
Yeah, well, they closed one and moved it, right? And then they opened up a new one.
Yep. And also says Ponderosa Buffet. There's still one in Hillsboro, Ohio,
Joey, I was going to
Joey.
say, where I live, the town that I live in has one of the few remaining Ponderosas around.
Joey says Brady knows a child that was called off school today. Is that what you're telling me?
All right, so
Maxwell says
Chick-fil-A. Hang on a minute. What were we even doing? Oh, Skyline. Skyline definitely won.
Yep.
All right, guys. Championship game.
Yep.
The number 16 seed Wendy's. Cinderella story. Wendy's
Right out of nowhere.
versus Skyline. Have at it.
I will say, first of all, Skyline would not be in this position if we were not from the Cincinnati area. That's what I would start with. Again, due to the extensiveness of the menu, I like Wendy's chili. It's not Gold Star chili, but I like it. So I can
Have you ever just
my
gotten
chili.
a bowl? Do you just get a bowl of chili ever at Skyline or Gold Star?
I have.
Really? I've never done that.
I'm done.
Crushing up the oyster crackers in it. It's good stuff.
Yeah, the roister crackers make it all worthwhile.
So with that, I would say Wendy's, but again, just for the availability of different types of cuisine.
So you go Wendy's,
Vednies.
Brady.
Wendy's. And that hurt.
Skyline.
Your disdain of Wendy's.
It's a real tough one for me because neither one of them should be there in my book. But I would pick Gold Star or
Doing
Skyline
them.
over Wendy's only because I prefer. I mean, I don't. It's tough, and I will say I eat at Wendy's more than I eat at Skyline. But I prefer chili cheese sandwiches and chili spaghetti and stuff like that over the burgers and the fries.
All right. So 2 Wendy's, 1 Skyline. 2 Wendy's, 2 Skylines. 3 Wendy's, 4 Wendy's, 5 Wendy's. 3 Skyline.
I'll count the skylines, Eric.
6 Wendy's, 7 Wendy's. Again, it's the long shot Wendy's underdog. Howard with Wendy's. Maxwell Wendy's. And Gary applauds your class move by
Yeah.
choosing Gold Star, or excuse me, Skyline.
But my chin's in the dirt because Wendy's somehow
Some way. The audience
Hey,
rules.
Nancy.
The audience rules.
that's probably about as far as I'm going to rip it. Pan out. Pan out.
Oh.
Bunk.
Hokum.
All right. Thank you, audience, for your input. Once again, we are sticking solely with reminders of our 100th episode live Sunday, June 5th, 5 to 8 p.m. at Sons of Toil Brewing, Klein Road, Mount Orab. Go to our Facebook page, find the event, click interested, or hopefully click going. We would like to see the tent full. Need 70 people to fill the tent. I believe at last check, there's 21 that are either going or interested. So got a ways to go, but hopefully we can get there. Call a buddy, bring a friend, as Bill Goodman's Gun and Knife Show would say. There's Treva celebrating the victorious hot honey chicken sandwich.
Yes. Treva, is that the one that has the fried jalapenos on it?
Jalapenos. Thank you, Howard. So we'll see you and Danielle there. All right. Once again, June 5th, 5 to 8 p.m. Be da, be squaw. All right. Game of the night.
The game.
As I stated earlier, Misery Index. Todd has unsheathed his game sucker.
It is shorned.
All right. So those of you who are not familiar with Misery Index, I will give a situation. And some experts somewhere have put a misery index on said situation of anywhere from 0.5 to 99. The higher the number, the more misery involved. And our co-host here have to guess. One will guess the number, one will say higher or lower on said guess. We'll play to 5, as always. Treva says the hot honey chicken sandwich has pickle chips.
Pickle chips.
Pickle chip. Pickle chip.
Really?
Yeah. All right. We drew lots backstage. Brady,
See.
you're up. All right, Brady, the situation is you clog the toilet at a wedding reception.
Does this mean that outside help had to be brought in to rectify the situation?
There is no quantification of that. You've clogged the toilet. My assumption would be if you clogged the toilet and you could deal with the situation yourself, no one would know, so therefore no misery involved. I'm assuming
That there was a ruckus.
outside assistance would be needed.
That could be pretty embarrassing. But see, all the things that I find, I find my discomfort level, I guess, because I'm usually way off. I've not been doing well at this game. So I'm going to lowball it. I'm going to say 60% or 60, excuse me.
60. Todd, higher or lower than 60?
Clog the toilet at a wedding.
At a wedding reception.
I mean, that depends on where the wedding reception is.
It does. But you assume someone's going to be using the bathroom after you.
I agree, but I also, if there's one throne,
if it's a beach wedding, it's just the one portalette that's on the sand, you know.
yeah. If there's then it's a big deal. If there's plenty of seats available, then it's not as big a deal. I also think it depends on if it's like, are we talking before the wedding? Or are we talking about the...
It says reception.
It's a reception.
Oh, okay. Reception. I'm going to go lower, Bob.
Lower. Maxwell, come on. Walk away? I'm questioning your morality here.
You have to walk. What are you going to do? Like you're going to fix it.
Get someone to fix it.
No, you
I tell
walk away.
I tell someone.
Here's what you do. You walk away and you tell the first person you see, some jackass clogged the toilet in there, and then you skate away and you have fun.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. He's saying walk away, don't tell anybody.
Oh, no, you got to tell the first person. Has to be the first person.
Say, man, don't go in there. It's like claws.
Yeah. I tried. That's what I've been in there for so long for. I was trying to.
And you gotta go real good, and then it hits the wood. Walk away, baby, walk away.
All right. Clogged the toilet at the wedding reception. Brady said 60. Todd said lower. Misery index 16.5.
I see.
So not.
I said 16, not 60.
Nah, you didn't. So Todd with the point.
I needed that. I needed to come out strong after the ass whipping I got last week.
So Howard says it's at a venue. They have janitorial, so it's a 35. All right.
I think it also depends on what. I think it also depends on what you clog it with.
I believe
What?
that's assumed.
Well, no. If you clog it with,
What? Okay, yeah. What are you going to clog it with?
okay, it can be clogged with fecal matter, or it can be clogged with toilet paper. If it's clogged with just toilet paper,
You can't have one without the other, man.
yeah, sure you can.
Well, I guess you can, but
yeah.
Enough
Yeah.
toilet paper in the bowl without fecal matter to clog it?
Depends on if it's a second or third flush. I don't need to explain. I don't need to explain myself to you.
You're the one that started explaining. We're just asking questions.
You were forcing me to explain, but I think it depends on what you're flushing.
Well, at any rate, you're up 1-0.
Right.
so number
Right,
2.
4-day power outage, Todd.
Shit, we've all been there. The ice storm a few years back, several years back.
Yep.
I think mine came back on after 5 days.
22.
22.
Depends on where you live.
That's true. If we're talking about San Diego, San Diego in November, or are we talking about Ohio at the beginning of February
Correct.
or Wisconsin?
Not quantified.
Uh,
4-day power outage. Uh, Go ahead, Brady.
Is it my turn or was it Todd's?
I said 22.
Oh,
22.
higher.
Higher. Before I give the misery text number, Howard, I'll just put that comment right there. I don't know if there's any significance to his guess of number there, but
I'm guessing there was.
probably. 4-day power outage. Todd says 22. Brady says higher. Misery index of 34.
Barely.
It is higher, just barely. So we're knotted up.
Dog knotted up.
All right. So Becky says she has 7-day power outage, but she has family everywhere. 12 days for half of Lynchburg. So been through a few. She also says she's been cleaning poop all day, and now have any toilets been clogged, Becky? What was your misery index? Howard says no significance to his number, just a number. All right, tying into our first question, Todd, you must just be
Me?
or Brady, I mean.
All of us.
So Brady, misery index of unclogging the toilet with your bare hands. I'm going to cover up the number, but I love the picture.
Oh,
Get in there. Gives a whole new meaning to the term elbow grease.
oh,
There's a lot more yellow in that picture than I would say.
You can't have one without the other.
Well, you could.
To use y'all's own words against you.
Y'alls.
75.
75.
Now, hang on a minute. Are you saying I don't even get a coat hanger?
Bare hands.
Just bare hands?
There's no knives around. Just your bare hands.
Do you have latex gloves?
Bare hands.
Oh, 75. I'm sticking with it. I was gonna say, Howard. It's like you're a better man than I am there for a second.
Todd.
I think it depends on what it's clogged with.
Here we go again.
Now, let me remind you that I used to work in maintenance at a
Nursing home.
pretty big Catholic nursing home. And those toilets be clogged with all kinds of things. Depends.
You ever have to get them out with your bare hands?
No, but I'm just saying. Okay, if I'm fishing an adult diaper out of the toilet, that's not going to be as bad as if I'm fishing an adult bowel movement out of the toilet.
I'm guessing said diaper would have said bowel movement in it.
No. Not always. Just I'm gonna go
One
lower.
without the other, right?
Yes, you can have one without the second, but you can't have the second without the first. I'm gonna go lower.
So Brady says 75. Todd says lower to unclog toilet with your bare hands. Just to show some of these comments here. Howard says 190 on the misery index. Dennis said simply not happening 100. Maxwell get some buckets, fill them up in toilet water. That's
Again, I you guys' minds keep going to the mess, but I think there's lots of things that can clog a toilet. Mind you, I watched a toilet be clogged up in high school with forks and spoons from the cafeteria.
Do you see the colors?
I do, but I'm
picture.
just saying, I don't go by much by those pictures. I think the yellow just shows action, just like the little marks on the outside of the arm.
Action. All right, so Brady says 75. Todd says lower. Misery index of unclogging your toilet with your bare hands is
Yeah.
33.
See, everybody doesn't think poop like you guys do as soon as they say a clogged toilet. I've had kids clog toilets with toys. I mean, like I've had toys thrown in toilets before.
I will propose that mostly what clogs toilets is the aforementioned.
I disagree. I
excrement.
think toilet paper clogs toilets more than and wipes clog toilets more than any feces. Do we have any plumbers in here? We need plumbers to chime in.
If
I'm
any
not
plumbers-
plumbed that much.
I would bet $1,000 that it is more paper products that clog toilets than fecal matter.
Oh, and I'm not disagreeing with that, but I think when you stick your hand in there to unclog it, it just does not mystically steer around all the other
You're
stuff.
going to get bit. You think you're going to? Yeah, I see what you're
It's got to
saying.
go through something before you hit paper,
Yeah,
or there's going to be something lurking around in the paper,
it
and I ain't
depends.
barehanding it. That's a 75 or higher.
It depends.
All right.
When I was in 5th grade, I had a belt. No, I was in 4th grade. Sorry, I had a belt that had a Hot Wheel as the belt buckle. It was just Velcroed on. It was an Army
Actual
Jeep.
Hot Wheel.
It was an Army Jeep, yeah. And probably a knockoff brand of some sort. But anyway, I was buckling my belt after peeing one day, and my Hot Wheel fell off into the toilet, and I had to reach my hand in there and get it out. So see, that wasn't a dirty toilet. I just had to reach in there and get my Hot Wheel, which probably would have clogged the toilet had it been flushed.
So you come up with the one situation in 44 years of your life where you unclog the toilet with your bare hands, and you use this as the basis of your misery index guess.
It got me the point. By far, I might add. It was much lower than 75.
But you yourself have complained about the index and the index makers.
Yes, I agree.
All right, Todd. Situation is your effing ex wins the effing lottery.
Which FEX?
Do you have more than one?
I do. I married one of them,
Well, yeah.
so I would like it if she would win the lottery.
Being an ex, I would make the assumption that you're not married to said person.
Yeah, I got you. Man, there's lots of things I could say here that would probably get me hated. I'll text it to you guys off the record. I think it depends on your age. I think it depends on your maturity. I think it depends on how ugly the breakup was, the divorce was.
Why are they their ex? Probably.
Mm-hmm.
Are you
Figures
paying
into it.
alimony?
There you go. I think it depends on.
Is it an ex that would win the lottery and still make you pay alimony?
Yeah, I think it depends on your own character.
Yeah.
If you're the kind of person that,
Going deep on this one.
if you're the kind of person that you don't want to see people doing well, I think it's going to bother you. I think put it this way, unless it involves what Eric said, that's a whole different story, Eric, the alimony, things like that. But if you're truly bothered that much by your ex winning the lottery, then that says more about you than it does them.
Fair enough.
So I'm going to say 99. I'm just kidding. It's going to be low, right? That's the way I'm looking for here, because the question was your ex wins the lottery.
Yeah. So how miserable would that be for you?
17.
Okay. Brady?
Oh man, Todd, I think your logic is spot on, and I agree with you. But I think you made the number just a little too low.
I think I did too.
So I'm going to go higher.
You cut out there, Brady. What'd you say?
Oh,
Higher?
higher.
Okay.
Hiffer.
Okay, your effing ex wins the effing lottery. Misery index number 35. So yes,
It's a little higher than I thought it'd be.
Yeah. As soon as I said it, I knew I made it too low.
So now we're at twos. Brady,
Let's see.
your favorite neighbor dies. I think you've actually been through this, haven't you?
Yeah. That was like losing a family member. It's always a bad thing when your favorite neighbor, it's always a bad thing. And I think it's all going to depend on like how close, that there's some varying degrees. So I'm going to try to like take it down the middle. And I'm going to say 70%.
70. Todd?
I keep on saying percent.
70.
I do the same. It's out of 100. I'm going to go lower.
Lower. By
As
the
my
way,
neighbors all chime in and hate me.
Becky, the rules are the higher the misery index number, the more miserable the situation. So Brady says 70, correct?
Mhm.
And Todd says lower. Favorite neighbor dies. Misery index number 34.5. And looks like a meteorite coming down toward the neighbor. So it's not your usual death, according to the card. But
I think had you asked that same question in the 60s, you know what I'm saying? I think that depends on the generation too.
yeah,
I think so.
people used to know their neighbors better. All right. Todd?
What's the score?
Let me
3-2.
put the score up. 3-2. Todd, you find half a worm in an apple you're eating.
So is the belief that you ate the other half?
I guess you don't know.
There's half a worm. Is it still wiggling? Is it dead?
Not quantified.
I'm not the kind. I don't usually get. Oddly enough, I don't get grossed out by like if I find a hair on my food. My wife will just stop eating all. She could be in the first bite of a $90 meal, and if there's a hair on it, she's done. And I am the type to just toss it to the side and keep eating.
You go. "Ugh."
Yeah, and just keep going. And it just
Yeah.
doesn't bother me. And now bugs and worms and things like that, the thought of it bothers me. Maggots. I think of a maggot.
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 A Mejo.
I don't think that, honestly, finding half. Here's the deal: if you find half the worm in the apple, you already ate half of it, and you didn't note it. So I don't think I'm going to be grossed out. I'll probably at least remove the worm from the apple, but I'm going to go very low here. I'm going to go like 15.
15. Brady?
15. I like your logic, Todd. I think you're spot on, but I think you made it too low, so higher.
Deja vu there.
Deja vu, mon frere.
The Wayne's World thing.
Find half a worm in an apple you're eating. Todd says 15. Brady says higher. Misery index number straight up the middle, 50.
Isn't it crazy?
What, are you kidding me?
These people are more bothered by eating part of a worm than having their neighbor pass away.
What if they found out their neighbor passed away while eating an apple that had a worm in it? It'd be like 100, 150.
Yeah.
I think that's very indicative of society.
Oh, I think so
I think
too.
people would be much more upset about something happened directly to them than someone else
Definitely.
dying.
People put the dick in indicative. It's
There you go.
Yeah.
All right.
write that down. Write that down.
Yeah, there you go. DG King, welcome. Don't know what to say to that question.
I don't know either. Let me read it closer.
Would you rather eat 10 of your own boogers or one of someone else's?
Oh gosh.
10's a lot
10 is a lot.
for anybody.
Yeah.
Even for some of my elementary students, 10's a lot.
All right. Mr. King also likes your lantern in the back, and maybe able to sell something here, Todd.
I have a couple. I see the lantern. I think that's an old hand-me-down from my wife's family, so I can't part with it.
Ooh, Dennis has a good point. What if the apple had fallen into Todd's toilet and you had to clear the toilet out with your bare hands?
Well, I picked low on that one too, so
Yeah, yes, you did.
it wouldn't bother me.
All right. 3-3. See who are we with? Todd.
Yes.
New tires hit a nail.
Happened.
No, wait a minute. This is Brady's question, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, Brady. New tires hit a nail.
Yeah. Nothing like paying down good payola for a new set of tires and then pick up a nail or a piece of construction screw or something. It makes you angry because you just bought them and they're new. Plus, it's like expensive. I'm gonna go 80.
80. Todd? Higher or lower?
New tires, you pick up a nail, right?
Yep.
Lower.
Lower. New tires hit a nail. Brady says 80. Todd says lower. Misery index number is quite a bit lower, 9.5. Not very miserable at all, according to those people. All right, Todd, 4-3. You're on the cusp.
I'm on the edge.
Gloria.
All right, Todd. Sweaty palms.
I thought there was more.
Sweaty palms.
All right, so what do we?
Todd, I can tell you what his answer is going to be. It's not quantified.
I know. I mean, if I'm playing guitar or bass, I mean, I deal with it often, but I don't like it. But there's not very many things. I mean, there's not many things that like keeps me from doing. Maybe butter and a piece of cornbread.
Cornbreads.
Cornbread. I'm gonna go very low here, but I know what's going to happen. I'm going to go low. Then Brady's going to say, "Todd, I agree with your logic. It's spot on, but you went too low." 7.
7. He says in great angst and
Yeah,
pain.
because that's not a way to play. That's a terrible strategy.
Brady, higher or lower?
Well, Todd, I agree with your logic. It's point on. But I think you came in just a little bit too low. But I'm going to go with a bigger reason. Is because these people are non-empathetic, soulless people so far in this game. The things that I think should bother them doesn't, like the death of a neighbor. But they're narcissistic enough where probably sweaty palms will be like a 99. So, but I'm going to go higher.
You got to.
Higher. All right, sweaty palms. Todd says 7. Brady says higher. Misery index 1.5.
Oh, he was not expecting that. That was a true emoting of joy, glee, and victory.
It was.
Needed that win. I hadn't won a game in 3 weeks.
5-3. Todd with the win. Give yourself the kudos. Todd.
Kudos, baby.
Kudos.
Hey, I got to pat a Koala Monday today. Speaking of kudos.
Well, there you go. Becky's guess was 2. She almost nailed it right on the head. All right. DG's wanting to negotiate on a price for that lantern there, Todd. So
Oh, sorry.
Dennis spent $26 to fix the nails in his new tires. So it happens. How frustrated were you, Dennis?
This is irrational, and I don't want to think I'm targeting any group, but the one that made me the angriest is I picked up a horse nail from the Amish buggy. One time,
It's a horse nail.
It's like the horseshoe nails. I was told that at least that's what my tire vendor showed me. He's like, yeah, this is a horseshoe nail.
There you go. All right. Good game, gentlemen. Once again, as we go out, I want to remind you of our 100th episode live, Sunday, June 5th, Sons of Toil Brewing, 5 to 8 p.m. Go to our Facebook page, find the event, click on there. Hopefully you click going, or you can click interested. Just if you think you might have a thought about going, click interested. Let us know you may be there, just so we know, so we can plan a little bit. All right. Want to remind you of our website. Also visit our website, www.playbyyourpodcast.com. Register for updates on our show. Also, I want to remind you the audio version of this podcast will be out on Friday morning at 3 a.m. Anchor FM is our main site for our landing site for our podcast. However, Spotify, by the way, Spotify now has video podcasts. So I actually put our last episode up on video on Spotify. So if you're looking for a video option outside the YouTubes.
Hey, will our
Spotify's
whole
offering
catalog
that.
go up there?
It could if I spend the time to do that.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
Can you do it like in one swoop?
No,
Uh,
episode by episode. 98's a lot.
that's
Yeah,
a lot.
That's
I had to do that in installments.
Yeah. All right. We're also on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and the iHeartRadio app. Most anywhere. Also, you can find a audio podcast on the platform. Video, as I said, the previously mentioned Spotify has video podcasts now. YouTube, follow our YouTube channel, Play It By Ear Podcast. You can search that out. Also on Twitch. DG King watching us on Twitch tonight. Welcome, sir. Social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all those links can be found on our website. Once again, www.playitbyyourpodcast.com. Interact via email at admin@playitbyyourpodcast.com. You can also leave us a voice message. You can do that on the iHeartRadio app. Now there's a talk back button where you can leave us that voice message. You can also go to your audio platform, wherever that may be. There's a link there. Still waiting on a voice message. Been a while. But, anything else for the good of the order, gentlemen? By the way, before you go, Joey asked, what's the major plan for 100? Are we ready to share any more deets?
I don't know. Well, confectionaries.
Confectionaries, yes.
We will have
T-shirts.
T-shirts available.
Yeah.
We will have microphones and access for audience members to participate in our topics.
Yep. It's lots of fun. You can get a nice adult Kool-Aid there.
Yes,
various adult Kool-Aids.
And we're definitely going to be doing, we've talked about doing multiple topics as opposed to just 3, and
Right.
hand-picking topics. Maybe for the first time ever, putting a little more planning to the topics to make
Yep.
sure that the audience can participate and enjoy themselves as opposed to the organic route we normally take.
Indeed.
Free celery.
Free celery.
No celeries, Joey, unless you pick it with your bare hands out of Wendy's chili.
All right. So those are some of the things you'll find on June 5th. Join us. Like I said, go to our event page on Facebook. Click your intentions on there. Anything else, gentlemen?
It's all good.
All right. Todd, take us out.
Thanks for listening to the Play It By Ear podcast. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter at Play It By Ear Pod 2, and our website at anchor.fm/Play It By Ear podcast. Thanks again, and join us next time as we play it by ear.